Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. For those of you who are new to our product, the Cali Key is the only product of its kind for drop-in compliance and hunting. The lack of reciprocating mass also makes it an ideal solution for long-range precision shooting and for building the quietest possible suppressed rifle. We recently launched the new GEN2-A1 and want to show you some of its new features and compare it to the previous Gen 2. Let's start with a quick unboxing. The packaging remains pretty much identical between the two versions. You get the GEN2-A1 charge handle and the GEN2-A1 gas diverter and screws. You also get this insert with instructions on the inside, a sticker, and a little card explaining our relationship with San Diego County gun owners. Not many people know this, but the Cali Key was started to help support the Second Amendment community through its sales. Sales of the Cali Key go in part to support organizations like San Diego County gun owners. They are a grassroots Second Amendment organization that fights every day to claw back our civil rights. They have done amazing things, from getting concealed carry permits back in San Diego County to bringing pivotal court challenges against laws that infringe on our constitutional rights. There's a link at the bottom of the description. Please take a second to check them out. As always, thank you for your support. We couldn't do our very small part without you. Now back to the Cali Key. There are 6 core differences between the GEN2-A1 and the previous Gen 2. First and most obvious is the new laser etching of the logo. It's brighter and crisper. Second is the gap between the handle and the rod. As you can see, the GEN2-A1 has a wider gap here than the Gen 2. We did this to allow a better fit across the board on rifle brands that may be just a little bit off of mil-spec or have some other unexpected proprietary features. For these same reasons, we deepen the cutouts over here so that you can more easily fit a wider array of iron sights and optics. For example, sights that may have a low set pop-up release or a larger than usual mounting nut. Otherwise, the handle shape stays the same because it works really well. Many people have never picked up the Cali Key, wonder why the handle seems so big. And there's method to the madness, guys. This handle design is all about ergonomics. We created a big finger pad so you could get a positive 2-finger purchase on either side. You charge the Cali Key like this, not like this or like this, and you can use either side that works for you. We also move the finger pad forward to move your hand further away from your face. This is important because when you cycle a mil-spec shaped charging handle, your wrist bends like this. Over multiple bolt action charges, this position is going to become very uncomfortable and butt up against your face. By moving your hand forward, your wrist straightens out, your hand is further from your face, and you can charge all day long in total comfort. Another important factor of the shape of the handle is its curvature. And it may be hard to see here, but the wings of the handle are actually canted inwards. We did this so the handle will not snag on your gear. Despite its apparent size, the handle remains unobtrusive thanks to its shape. The next changes are best seen by turning the handles over. The older Gen 2 uses a steel bolt that is screwed directly into the aluminum handle. While this works well, steel threads are stronger than aluminum ones, and therefore some users had to retighten this bolt on occasion. To eliminate this, we are now using a steel bolt screwed directly into a recessed steel nut. This clamps things down tight and makes the handle bulletproof. Beat it up all day long, guys. It'll survive anything you throw at it. Next, and obvious when they are side by side, are the differences in the center rods. The Gen 2 has a deep channel cut into it, while the GEN2-A1 is totally solid. Originally, we went with steel for the Gen 2 center rod, but it was heavy. To lighten up, we carved this channel out to remove material. On the GEN2-A1, the center rod can be solid because we moved to 70-75 aluminum. This makes the Cali Key lighter, and the solid design makes it even stronger than the steel version. If you're wondering what these 2 channels here are for, they're just an example of our attention to detail. They serve no purpose besides making the underside of the rod look prettier. The fact that the GEN2-A1 is now lighter and stronger is just a byproduct of the real goal behind our move to 70-75 aluminum. With the steel rod, we were using a black oxide coating. As you may know, black oxide needs maintenance with oil or grease, so the steel won't sweat rust through the coating. By moving to aluminum, the Cali Key is now completely maintenance-free, and the hard coat anode on the center rod now matches that of the handle perfectly. We applied the same motivations to our modifications of the gas diverting part. While both generations use steel here by necessity. We moved away from the black oxide of the Gen 2 for the same reasons we moved away from it for the center rod. The GEN2-A1 gas diverter is now coated in black nitride. Not only does it look nicer and it's naturally slicker, but this part is now maintenance-free as well. We chose H&M black nitride, even though it costs us more and requires us to ship our parts out of state to get them coated, because it's the best coating of its kind on the market. H&M's black nitride goes on at a lower temperature, so it does not risk tempering the steel twice, which could render it brittle. This is also why we insist on using only H&M black nitride for our BCGs too. You never want to risk a failure by using a product in the rifle that is brittle because it was improperly coated. We sell these high-quality BCGs on our website as part of our bundle at a great price for those of you who don't want to mess with the factory staking on your rifle's BCG, or for those who don't have extra BCGs lying around. Our bundle is a high-quality and very cost-effective option worth checking out. Now let's get back to the Caliky. Installation of the GEN2-A1 remains the same as it did on the Gen 2. However, the parts in the Gen 2 will not mate with those of the GEN2-A1 because we also improved the geometries on the GEN2-A1 for better fit and functionality. Let's quickly install it to show you what we mean. Installation is a question of 2 screws. You can use an Allen wrench. In this case, I'm using this little torque wrench. Our instructions say to torque the screws down to 50 inch-pounds, but hand tightening works too. We also recommend using Loctite for a permanent installation. I'm not using any here because I'm doing this for demonstration purposes. That's it, you're done. Now all you do is slide in the handle from the side, drop it into your rifle, and you're good to go. With no other modifications, you have a bolt-action rifle. The gas system stays totally intact and functioning, and the gases get diverted out of the ejection port. As for the improved geometries, by design, the wiggle from side to side is still there because it helps to more easily release the bolt from the chamber. The upwards movement stays for the same reason. However, we got rid of the downward movement. We did this because we know a lot of you have beautifully Cerakoted rifles and you didn't want to risk your charging handle rubbing up on your paint job. With these new geometries, we now ensure that there's a little bit of daylight between the Caliky handle and your castle nut, so your paint job will remain looking brand new. Now for the change that we're most excited about. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, a lot of our customers are using the Caliky to hunt, and a lot of you are using it to shoot suppressed as well. Because of the lack of reciprocating mass, when you put the Caliky into suppressed rifle, it gives you an AR version of the Vietnam War era hush puppy. The Caliky makes your suppressed rifle quieter by a handful of decibels. Because the relationship between decibels is exponential, it actually works out to a surprisingly noticeable change. Still, whether you're shooting suppressed for fun or while you're hunting, there is one typical very annoying issue, the gas blowback. On the Gen 2, we minimize blowback by building up this wall over here. It's the same kind of feature that you will see on most high-end charging handles, and it was perfectly suited for the needs at the time. On the GEN2-A1, we did something that we think is an industry first. We carved out a channel inside the wall of the charging handle. This channel serves as a cavity that captures any of the blowback that could come out of the rear of the rifle when shooting suppressed. We're so excited about the performance results that we have asked for a separate patent just on this innovation because we have additional plans for it. Attached to the end of this video are some clips of our range testing this new feature. We tested the functionality by first placing a piece of paper over the Gen 2 handle and firing the rifle. You'll see that the paper flips up due to some blowback escaping through the fractional gap between the rifle's upper receiver and the wall of the charging handle. After 2 to 3 magazines, the paper became slightly stained with soot, which means that you could get some clouding on your optic lens. Certainly nothing that can't easily be wiped off with a cloth or your sleeve. Still, it was not up to the standards we strive for. We placed a similar piece of paper over the GEN2-A1, fired the rifle, and the paper remained perfectly flat. After 2 to 3 magazines, the paper remained clean as well. We're really excited by how well this innovation works, and we think you'll enjoy it too. Now, it doesn't matter if you shoot suppressed or not. With our new gas capture channel, your shooting will become frustration-free. We hope you enjoy the upcoming clips of the test. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your interest. None of this would be possible without you.